I really like Sleigh Ride.
Absolutely. Does that arrangement have like the wooden like clappy thing?
I'm pretty sure we do. I feel like
Magical.
I would have noticed if it was missing, so I'm pretty sure it's there.
Welcome to Nerdlandia.
Welcome to Nerdlandia for a very special holiday episode. Today's guest, Keith, might sound very familiar to listeners since he's the extremely talented singer and ukulele player behind the show's music. Keith and I have been friends since college, and today's episode is all about the bell choir he's a part of called the River City Ringers. We discuss what it's like to be a part of this very unique type of ensemble, his upcoming holiday concerts, and other cozy winter activities. Keith, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, and happy holidays.
Yes, I'm very excited for Christmas season.
Yeah, so usually I am actually kind of a Grinch about the holidays, but like the past couple years, I have made a point to engage with activities that like I do enjoy about like the holiday season, and I think it's actually like rewired my brain. So I am actually really, really pumped for this season.
Yeah, good. And it's good to have like those things to jump into, or I guess to make the best out of things, especially those things that were kind of maybe not as positive in the past. So.
Yeah, because in the past it's just like, I don't know, I would always get really bummed about the rampant commercialism of it and like feeling like obligated to do all these things. But, you know, this year I'm just like, you know, it's all about gatherings and gratitude and a ton of tasty food. So, you know, you just kind of got to dive into what you resonate with, I think.
Yeah.
So to get started, what's your favorite holiday song?
I think overall it's the Christmas song, at least lately it has been.
Okay.
Otherwise, with the bell choir, I really enjoy The First Noel by Kathy Mokelbust. We had been playing it for several years, and it has a really grand finale, and it's a lot of like really sweet spots as well. So yeah, we're not playing it this year, but there's always room for new traditions. So
Yes. A way to keep the choir on people's radar, maybe, for upcoming seasons. Yeah, I'm all about the Peanuts Christmas soundtrack. That's just something that always gets me pumped for the holidays.
Yeah, and actually, that is one of the songs that we're playing this year.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, because we would like always watch that as kids, like every single year, that special, along with the Grinch, the original Grinch holiday special. Those are both fantastic, in my opinion. And then in high school, when I played bass guitar in jazz band, then we did like Linus and Lucy the first year, I think. And I was just like, oh yeah, this is great. This is all clicking for me. So it was incredible. But yeah, for you, how did you first get involved with like bell choirs?
I started in college. I had been a part of several different like vocal ensembles, and then band. I wanted to kind of branch out a little bit more to have a little bit more variety. And on top of that, it was at the same time as the men's choir, which it was fun to, I guess, be a part of that, but it didn't feel quite as like serious or like people were there to fill an elective. So I felt like the bell choir was an opportunity to get more challenge, and it was a new instrument that I hadn't messed with at all. So yeah, I just kind of jumped into that, and I fell in love with it pretty quickly because it was challenging my music abilities in a different way.
Yeah.
I am also somebody who kind of likes to be in the background and just as far as like ensembles go, just kind of blend in with everybody else. But with the bell choir, you have to really be on your part because you're the only person playing that part.
Yeah.
So it was a good confidence booster. It was a good challenge to just musical ability, especially like with counting, because you have to, again, if you're part of a run, you have to be just a tiny part of that. And
yeah.
But then I guess the other thing is it's a very physical instrument, and that's just not something I had a lot of experience with, and that was a lot of fun for me too.
Well, yeah, and like the technique too, because especially if you have like a heavy bell, then you have to like ring it in a certain way so that it like makes the correct sound. It's such an interesting and unique kind of ensemble.
Yeah, and with those heavier bells, like you also have to anticipate a little bit in order, because you have to get the bell moving. The clapper has to move from its like resting state to hit the bell, and because of those, there's just more room for that clapper to travel on those heavier bells. So you have to work on that timing, and that's it's a fun problem. But I guess the other like big thing that always threw me off at the beginning was you have to stop the bell as well. Like with a lot of instruments, you just when you stop, it stops. Like with clarinet, for instance, as soon as you stop breathing, there's no sound. But with this, you can hold it, it'll ring until you stop. So
yeah.
Something weird to think about.
There's like so many different considerations that I want. And so clapper is like the ringer of the bell, right? Like the
Yes.
I'm like making a fist. I'm like, what? I guess that would be the clapper, but I wouldn't think to use that word. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing that really struck me about your story about like getting exposed to it in college was kind of maybe it was a little more low stakes than the other ones. Cause I mean, we were both in the Hastings College music program in different ways. I mean, you were a major, so the stakes were like even higher for you. But even for me, like as just a scholarship musician, it sometimes did feel like, the major ensembles, there was kind of a lot of pressure. And then, as a college student, you're still trying to like stay on top of your classes, like whatever your program is. And so, I mean, I personally experienced burnout, and I know a lot of other people experience burnout too. So it was nice that you were able to be in an ensemble where you could play music for the love of music, because we all did that and it was awesome, and I wouldn't have done it any other way. But yeah, I just think it's great that you were able to kind of connect with it in that way in college through the bell choir.
One of the things that really made it special for me was I feel like the director was just very, very passionate about it. Dr. Jensen, he was just always very passionate about a lot of pretty much any class I was part of with him. So that was really special.
Yeah. There were like so many wonderful professors and directors that we both got to work with at HC. Obviously, your first connection with it in college kind of stuck with you because you have continued that, outside of college and into your life. So when did you get involved with River City Ringers then?
It was the fall, pretty much immediately after I graduated. Which it's been so long now, I can't quite remember. It's I think it was fall of 2015 or 2016, one of the two.
I didn't realize it's been so long.
Yeah, about 10 years. It's a long time. Yeah, I just found I was kind of missing it, having been out for a few months, and I saw that there was a community ensemble in Omaha, so I reached out to them, and they knew the director, and at that time we do auditions now, but at that, and I think we did them as well then, but at the time the director had just said, "Oh yeah, I know Byron. I trust his teaching,"
Dr.
so
J.
they just let me in. But they were all very welcoming, and it was just easy to jump right in. And everyone there is just very passionate, and they've got so many tools, and they've got so many bells and chimes, and we've got silver melody bells, which are like these tubular bells. Yeah.
I mean, I guess that it would kind of make sense because like a bell choir isn't something you're just going to stumble on, you're going to know about that. Like it's probably not going to be your first instrument. That makes sense that there would be a lot of passion, and I would also guess experience. I mean, I looked at the director's like bio online, and he has some really impressive credentials.
Yeah, this is his first semester with us. He's just very involved with the Omaha and Lincoln area. He's really easy to get along with. He has put in a lot of work to get to know each of us and converse with us and kind of build that relationship. So that's it's been really nice. And then obviously very knowledgeable and brings a lot of experience to the table. So yeah.
That's awesome. And how many are in the group?
We currently have 17 people, and then we've got a list of subs that come in and help out if any of us need to take a week off. Okay. Because again, you're the only one playing your part, so you can't really leave those spaces empty.
That makes sense. You miss like one or two musicians and suddenly like, yeah, you can't really even rehearse. That is crazy to think about. It's such a like different way of thinking than like a traditional choir or band where it's like you have multiple people playing the same part at all times. So yeah, it's kind of mind blowing to even like conceptualize that.
Yeah, well, on top of that, everyone has their own music. So if you make a big change in the middle of a rehearsal, somebody's got to be there to mark it in and make sure that you get those notes as well. Otherwise, it's just a lot of backtracking.
Mm-hmm. Are there only a few bells that you play? Like, how does that work? Like for the upcoming concert, for example, like how many bells are you like responsible for?
It's different for each part. For the upper bells, you might be responsible for 2 notes plus like the accidentals for those notes. But they also have octaves that they have to pay attention to. So they might do 4 in hand. They might just play those separately. But for them, it could be upwards of, I don't know, 8 bells.
Dang.
The middle section is a little bit easier because it's generally just 2 bells plus the accidentals. And then with the lower section, we generally have several lower bells to a person, but you're playing notes slower and less frequently than the upper bell, so it's not quite as much to manage.
Yeah. Like regardless, that's going to be a lot to keep track of mentally, I feel like.
Yeah.
For the bells that you have, like how much do they weigh?
I think the heaviest bell we have is about 8 pounds, and the lightest is about 8 ounces. So it's a huge variance.
Seriously.
Yeah. The heaviest one we have is like the C3, but they do go lower than that. But at that point, we have aluminum bells, which get really light at that point. So it's also kind of weird to pick up those heavy bells and have to put so much like muscle into that, and then to pick up a lower bell and then have to like kind of lighten it up so that it doesn't overpower everything else. So
yeah, that would be weird. Yeah, especially when you're like in the flow and like trying to ring it, in rhythm and everything.
Yeah.
It definitely sounds like it's a lot to get used to.
Yeah.
Do you do like 2 concerts a year or is it more? Or is it just Christmas?
Yeah. We do 2 concerts a year. One in the Christmas season and then one around May, middle of May, something like that.
Okay.
And we usually don't play Christmas during that season, but again, there's a big repertoire of non-Christmas music, and there's a lot of really good pieces. And then there's also a lot of like band pieces that have been transcribed. Like for instance, we play it's a common band piece. Bum 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 bum.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem with like classical music is like it gets stuck in your head and then it's really hard to search for it because it doesn't have lyrics.
Yeah, and especially like on the spot.
Yes.
So there are a lot of band pieces that are transcribed into bells, and some of them work really well, and others maybe not so much. But
so yeah, I was also going to ask, like, how many instruments do you play, like, in total?
I feel like I don't really play anything well anymore. But
that's such a musician thing to say.
I think with that, a lot of it you have to practice a lot, and I haven't been much lately. But I started with clarinet.
Keith, I'm not asking like professionally.
I know. I started with clarinet in elementary school, and then in college I picked up guitar and bells, and then a little bit of piano that was required for my major. And then after college, I did a little bit of uke. But yeah, those have been the main ones.
People are familiar with the ukulele playing.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's a site that I used, Dr. Uke. It's got a lot of oldies, which I was also kind of really getting into right after college. But it's a great site for learning.
That's awesome.
I think if you're looking to learn, that's a good option.
But yeah, I guess going back to our original kind of conversation about like what makes the holidays special is I do appreciate that there's all these concerts and there's like, local groups performing and there's, bigger shows if you want to get fancier with it. And it is one of those areas where instrumental music is like way more in the forefront. There's like the Nutcracker Ballet, and this is a good time of year to get out and celebrate that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of free opportunities as well, which is I
True.
feel like sometimes the money is an issue because some concerts can get pretty expensive, or just
Oh yeah,
even spending
definitely.
anything can be a
Mm-hmm.
hindrance. But there are a lot
Mm-hmm.
of free opportunities with high quality, so it's definitely worth looking out for those.
That's a really good point as well. So tell us about the Bell concert that y'all have coming up. Like, what's the programming, or what are the pieces that you're most excited to share with the public?
I really like Sleigh Ride. I mean, I know that's
Oh,
one
heck
that
yeah.
everyone does. It can be kind of over.
Mm,
It can be seen as overdone, but I don't know that I've ever really gotten tired of it. It's one that's always been fun for me.
absolutely. Okay, so follow-up question for that. Like, does that arrangement have like the wooden like clappy thing?
I'm pretty sure we do. I feel like
Magical.
I would have noticed if it was missing, so I'm pretty sure it's there.
How do you do the horse whinny with the instrumentation that you have?
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be the next question. I think if I remember right, we have like just
Anticipated.
like a trill in the bells. I'm pretty sure that's how that goes. I have the music here.
Mhm.
Maybe not. I know we're accounting for it. I'm not sure how.
Okay. Okay.
It's not my
Well,
part.
I guess for listeners who are interested, you're just going to have to go to the concert.
Yes.
I know I'm certainly curious. So,
It'll be a surprise. It might be me. I'll have to work on my
love
horse
it.
impression. Otherwise, yeah, the Charlie Brown pieces. I've always liked that music too. It's just classic Christmas. Fair and Doll is also a really nice one. That should be a lot of fun. It's a lot of Christmas music. If you like Christmas music, I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy the concert. So
That sounds awesome.
yeah, we're performing in Hastings, December 6th.
Hmm.
And then we have 4 concerts in Omaha. So we've got 5 concerts coming up, and then 4 of those will be in Omaha.
Nice. I didn't realize you're doing a Hastings performance. That's awesome.
Yeah. I think I probably knew about it at the start of the semester and then forgot and then remembered about 2 weeks ago. So I was really excited that we're going to be heading back there, especially at a church that we spent so much time, because that's usually where we performed our choir concerts. And yeah, so just got a lot of nostalgia around that space and really
Definitely.
excited to jump back into it.
With that, we are entering into the recurring ending segment. Keith, what is your current favorite thing?
There's been so many things lately, but I feel like a big chunk of my time has been going to. There's just been a lot of video games that really good ones have been coming out within the past couple of years.
Ooh.
Especially like Silksong, Hades. I've been playing through Hades 1, so I can play through the next one. But
Nice.
a big part of my social circle is through that. So I play some games with my coworkers at work. And while I'm not a huge Counter-Strike fan, it's been fun to just dink around on that and hang out with people that I work with. And then I guess aside from that, I've been having so much fun hanging out with my niece. It's just bringing a lot of joy to my life. So she just turned 2, and there's a lot of, you can see her mind start churning, and she's starting to pick up words. And so it's been so much fun to just hang out with her. I used to work with kids around that age, and I really miss doing that. And it's been a nice way to get some of that feeling back, I guess.
Absolutely. Okay, so I will say about video games, I'm not a gamer, but I have seen, the art with Silksong. Are there any like updates or things that are different about the sequel that you're pumped about?
It had been a few years since I played Hollow Knight, but it felt a lot more challenging. It was a good refresh. There was enough things that were different that made it feel like a sequel rather than just an extension of the first game. I've always really loved the art style, and just they put a lot of care into world building and exploration.
Like character design.
The more you explore, the easier the game gets. Yeah. And then I think another thing that I really enjoyed about it was there was a lot of musical aspects to it. The music, like the soundtrack, is really good. I really adored the first game's music, and I think the second game does really well with that. But there's also just within the game, there's a lot of bells, which is fun. There's
yay! We are tie-in.
Yeah, there's a lot of characters. Well, you can play music and they'll just like sing for you.
Oh.
So it's just a lot of fun that there's a lot of tie into music as well.
Amazing. Okay, I definitely will check out the soundtrack. And, you know, that does remind me that, like, video game soundtracks were such a formative experience for me. And Ocarina
Yeah.
of Time was probably my nerdy origin story there, and, like, why I even cared about instrumental music probably in the first place. And then, like, Rare with Banjo Tooie, like, that is such an
Yes.
unbeatable soundtrack. Like, I was listening to that even just recently, and I was like, man, this holds up so well. Like, it's so good.
Yeah, I've been for the past several years. My brother and a friend of mine have been playing Sea of Thieves, which is also by Rare. And again, just the music is one of the best parts about that game. Like they give you
Hell yeah.
the opportunity. It's a lot of just sailing around, so there's a lot of downtime. But they give you instruments that you can play, and it's just so much fun to like pull out the hurdy gurdy and just go through the tunes that they have. But I guess that's another soundtrack. I feel like they don't have everything in the soundtrack, but there's a lot of good music in there. I've been wanting to arrange a piece for bells for the main theme of that game because I think it would be a fun one, but I lost all my progress on that when one of my apps died on me.
That's so sad.
But yeah, I guess with music and video games, it's something that I feel like we're not doing enough to spread that because I feel like there's so much good music, and I would love to see more ensembles use that. And I suppose there's probably some copyright issues that go into that, and I would love to see more video game music just out and about.
Oh, I know. I get so stoked when I see, like, I mean, I think there was like a Cowboy Bebop concert in Omaha, and I really should have gone, but it was like in February, and like, who wants to do anything in February? Like, come on.
I know.
Like, I don't know. I've seen like other soundtracky stuff like that, and it's always so exciting to see that. And it's usually in Omaha. More needs to come to Lincoln.
Yeah. Well, and you've got such a good, or like the lead center is such a good performance area.
Seriously.
I don't know why there aren't more things there.
Good question. But yeah, no, I love that. And now I'm inspired to go listen to some more video game soundtracks. So thank you for all the great ideas there.
Yes.
Okay, my current favorite thing is I'm hosting the winter board game nights, and I know you've been to some of those already. So basically, the idea was back in August, September, I was like, man, it's always tough to like adjust my brain to, you know, get used to like the cold winter months again. So one of the things I did to try to like trick my brain into be more excited for it was setting up a recurring board game night every month. That's been really cool. The last one was on Halloween, so that was amazing. And have a holiday one coming up, and it'll just be like nice. Like I said, January and February are always fairly miserable months, so that'll definitely help me to get through. And once again, just like focus on gathering and cozy food and cozy activities that aren't necessarily around a screen, and just seeing people. And if people are able to drop in and say hi, great. And if not, then I'll see them next time.
Yeah, those have been a lot of fun. I love playing board games, and I wish there were more opportunities to do it. So that's been such a nice thing to look forward to as well.
Yeah, having a board game collection is great, but then it's like, how often do you actually use it? And you know, like putting it to use. I even have like a game that I love, which is Isle of Cats, and I haven't even opened it yet. Like I asked for it for Christmas one year. Like I'd be embarrassed to think about how many years ago I've had this. And it's just like I've never had an occasion to open it up. And now, maybe come January, I'll be able to do that and we can all enjoy it. Like, I think the major thing is just that it's like, it takes a little bit more time to set up. So I've always been like, maybe I should do a different game instead, or I don't have the mental capacity for this. But if you like come up with an event that's all about board games, then maybe people will want to try it out.
Yeah, I had the same thing. I usually ask for a board game for Christmas, and I feel like there have been several that have gone unused so far, but it's nice to have those, and every now and then something will pop up and you're able to pull one out. It's like, yeah, it's a good time. But
exactly. Yeah, do you have any like board games on your Christmas list?
It's a card game called This Is Not a Hat, I think. I saw a video of some people playing it and it seemed fun. It's basically a memorization game, but it's really easy to set up, and
nice.
I think it'd be a nice one to try.
Yeah, there's like a jigsaw puzzle on my list that's like different tea tins. Winter is such a peak time for tea, obviously. And then I don't have any fancy board games, but I remembered actually based on our Halloween get together that I really like the board game Clue, and I played it as a kid, and I found like a Bob's Burgers edition, and I was like,
Oh,
that'd be
really?
kind of fun to have in my collection. So,
Yeah, that would be great.
right?
I feel like I only ever played Clue. A relative had it, and it was just kind of dinking around on my, like maybe with one of my siblings, just kind of moving pieces around. Because at that time we didn't really care much about the rules, but it'd be fun to give that one a try as an adult.
I know. I played it like a decent amount. But yeah, I've really been getting into Bob's Burgers again lately too. That's been another current favorite, perfect cozy show. And I really like that even though they have so many seasons, the quality is still really good.
Yeah.
The writing is still really creative, and there's a lot of music and there's a lot of puns, so I really gravitate toward it.
Yeah, it's always been a very feel good show to just, it's engaging, but it's also just something that it's easy to jump into.
Yeah, or you can have it as background and it doesn't matter. But if you tune in, like, the story is usually really well written and there's some excellent jokes and cultural references.
Yeah.
Keith, thank you so much for being on the podcast today, and I cannot wait to listen to your concert.
Yes, thanks for having me. This should be a good show. I'm excited to share it with everyone.
I plan to check out his concert this weekend, and I am so jazzed about that. Concert details are in the show notes if you're interested. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you're finding ways to enjoy the season. Bookmas will be going on until the end of the year, so if you want to participate, all you have to do is donate to your local food bank. Then send me a quick message and I'll share a thrifted book in your genre of choice. It's been a blast picking out the perfect read for each participant, so let me know if you want to join the fun. And that's it for our holiday episode. Tune in next time for our Season 2 finale, featuring Sarah of Gilded Gecko. Cheers! Nerdlandia is hosted, produced, and edited by Emily Case Buskirk. Theme song and ending credit music by Keith Wess. Cover art by Ellen Stubbings. Additional music from Pixabay.
You think of Christmas songs as Jingle Bells, Silver Bells.
Silver bells.
Yeah, Sleigh Bells.